Okay, this is outside my normal bounds out here in the great forest of Kansas. It's a little chilly today, and today I have a Mertek reciprocating saw, electric, and it was about 60 bucks. Got it through Wally Mart, come in with the bag. Okay, what comes with it, you get the saw, the charger, battery, the bag, and 6 blades, 4 metal and 2 wood. We're gonna not use these in the test because I can almost guarantee you they're probably not very nice. I'm gonna use this one to cut some metal. This is an old ugly blade that I was using. I cut up the whole charge quite a lot with it, but it's not as sharp, so we're gonna go with this as a wood blade. All right, this thing weighs in at like 7.5 pounds, which isn't bad. It's copper, it's a copper motor in it, so they say. Orbital, which is, this runs the orbital. This control here, you can adjust your foot. All right, safety that automatically kicks on, which I can tell you right now is a pain in the butt because it automatically pulls on. This will charge in an hour and a half, so they say, and it does. It's a 2 amp hour battery, which is kind of smallish, but it is what it is. This isn't a heavy duty saw by any way, shape, or form. And you can get, Walmart carries these, you can get them. I didn't realize it when I bought it, otherwise I'd have probably got another one. But we're gonna see how this does. I'll put some more specs up. Oh, the other thing, we'll kick this out. The tool change on this, which that's handy if you're gonna do a tool change, you can pop that straight out. You just rotate it. Since we're gonna be cutting wood first, drop it in. Easy enough, no tools. Most of them will usually change pretty easy. Now this doesn't have the sort of power that like my corded Makita does, my corded Makita does or anything like that. But it cuts pretty respectfully, which actually kind of shocked me. So we'll check that out here. This is Osage. Anybody that knows Osage, this stuff's fairly dry, as you can tell. It's been down for a bit, and it gets hard as woodpecker lips. Even green, it's hard as woodpecker lips. So here we go. Oh, the other thing, the battery has a gauge where you can see the charge it has on it. I don't know if we can. Doesn't show up well in the sun. I just got it off the charger. That's pretty respectable. That stuff is hard. All right, we'll go with something that's not quite so hard. I would say the ugly wood blades probably blast through wood a little better. But I've got one, new one, and as normal, when I go to do this, I can't find it. So I'm going to go to town and buy a new one, buy several new ones, which ensures that I find the ones I've got. Okay, let's see what, we'll kick that. That's an orbital action, I do believe, which you can tell it cuts faster. surprised at how long this actually ran on the battery. It impressed me, especially for 60 bucks. It doesn't weigh anything, as you can tell. I mean, it's light. They say 7.5 pounds, but that's not 7.5 pounds. I think that might be the whole shipping box. This would be good to feed like a fire pit, something along that line with smaller stuff. They're light and they're pretty handy, which is a big plus. You don't have to break out a chainsaw for light duty trimming around the yard, stuff like that. No cords drug around. It's quiet. You don't have the gas smell. You aren't listening to that rah, 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 which, don't get me wrong, I like a chainsaw. Chainsaws have their place. But this is much easier because you can just walk up, grab it, out the door it goes, and then you're ready to do small light stuff. Changing the blade. It's not difficult, my fingers are slick, and I'm not a lefty. We'll put my metal blade in there. I haven't tried this with metal yet, so we're gonna see how this does. Old broken bit that I just grabbed. This will probably be an obnoxious vibrating thing. Whoa, okay. I like that. That beats the crap out of a hacksaw. Cut it off clean, cut it off quick. We've still got all 3 bars in the green, so I'm going to switch back. That was kind of impressive. That's going to make my life a lot easier making stuff. I usually pop the batteries out of these when I'm doing this. Just the idea of, chances are that it'll never happen. But I'd sure hate to have hold of this when if it decided to light up. That's just me. Y'all can do what you want, it's your fingers. But I suggest not to. Okay. Some of this stuff looks a little sketchy, but it's actually it's solid on the inside, and this is oak. That's old cottonwood, so it's a little lightish. That's actually kind of impressive. I like that. Got to be careful so I don't take out the tripod. This appears to be Chinese dog. Now, with it being a $60 saw and fairly lightweight, I'm not leaning into it really hard. I don't figure, it cuts pretty quick as it is. I don't figure I need to bog out the saw. If you got a good blade in it, the weight of the saw should actually make it cut. The weight of the saw will make it cut just fine. As you can see, I've got the orbital cut in it, which actually makes it cut faster. I got this. I got this at Walmart. I'm actually kind of impressed with it. I like it. For 60 bucks, it's cheap, works good. And I figure, even with the one battery, if what I do when I run out of stuff, you know, when the battery dies, plug it in, charge it, takes an hour, hour and a half, you're back up to where you're running, but the whole time you can be hauling other stuff in. If you plan your tasks, that wouldn't be an issue. I think even solar with an inverter, you could charge this. So even if the power was down and you had some solar, you know, grid down, whatever, tools like this will come in handy. That's what got me looking at it. A friend of mine and I were talking about that, and he had gotten some electric stuff, and he likes it like I do. You're not sitting there listening to the roar of it. You're not smelling the fumes. It's not in your face. It's actually, it's not quiet, but it's actually a lot quieter, so you're not announcing your presence that you're actually out doing something for miles, which with nosy neighbors, that's can be a plus, or in another situation can be another plus. So if you have an alternative means of charging, wind, solar, anything with an inverter that you can kick it up to 110, you can charge these. It'd be good. You can even out of a car, I'm going to test this later because I've got an inverter for my car. I think I can probably charge the battery off the cigarette lighter and the inverter on this. It might take a little bit longer, but that would actually work. So you could charge it out in the field if you have to. Multiple uses. I'm actually kind of happy with this. So long as I figure I don't do anything stupid or drop my weight in behind it when I'm trying to cut, it ought to last pretty fair. It seems to be pretty tough. It's pretty well built. You know, it doesn't look like a big pile of crap like some of them. So, you know, 60 bucks well spent. I like it.